That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather, and off we go from Seattle. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
What? Valenti! 56! Coming! Touch 50, touch 50! 56!
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Well, the Bengals and Seahawks meeting here in Week 1, and this is a combination that we haven't seen that often on the turf. If you look back to when the franchises began facing each other all the way back in 1977, but since then, just 20 meetings between the two teams, and the Bengals have won 11 of them, including the last meeting back in October of 2015.
Mike, check, 59, 59. You must move. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Hands up, lead. Mike 5'4". You. Lead up.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they work this out past the 25. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And now to the air, Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
54 miles. Check back, check back.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So Dalton now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 40.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Check the backer, check the backer.
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 18. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And 5 at the 13-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
We got 3. Seahawks nothing.
On 2nd down now, it's Lynch, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the gun, it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jacob Hollister there to make the grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. And they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
52, 93, 44, 44.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Going deep for Eifert. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, 75 yards. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead is now 10-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. On 2nd down, Lynch. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wilson. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
19.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll run with Lynch. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
14.
2nd down and goal. Wilson, and it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the... And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They're going to need
12.
Let's go tight end. Let's go right here now.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 16-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Dalton. Finding Green complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Andy Dalton now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
Hey, box truck.
Dalton here from the gun, going deep for Eifert. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now 21-17. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
First and 10 at the
Wilson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 42, check.
Here's Wilson. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 33. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for the Bengals. 55 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Dalton operating in the red zone now. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Now it's Wilson. And finding the tight end, Wilson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Go, go, go. Go, 14. Alert, alert. 3-yard shot. Mike 42, Mike 42.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. On 2nd down, it's Lynch. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Wilson now 15 out of 17 through the air. Only 2 incompletions. It's first down. A carry now for Lynch. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Have a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Come on.
To throw again. Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. Got his man. It's Eifert. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
What? 380. Stick at the mic. Yo. Switch. Hey, alert. Good job right there.
On 1st down, Wilson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Lynch. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, 0. Pull up for signal. 6. Let's put him on.
From the 22, Wilson. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. Oh, he pulled it right. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got Green. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards that time.
First down.
Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Dalton's pass intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
They start the drive with Lynch. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Yeah, baby!
The
Yeah!
tackle made by Jesse Bates. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 41, Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 48. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Reagan. 50, Mike, 50. Let's go, team. Hey, wahoo.
All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. He's going to go up, and this is caught. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, he picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Lynch. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So after the run by Lynch, here's another 1st and 10.
50 seconds to Mike. Pick me up. Here we go. Come on. Mike's 57. Gotta go. In and out. Let's go. That's the way. 57's the Mike. Watch the line.
Now Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now Joe Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Mixon. And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. From the 16, Dalton. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert there to make the grab, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that through. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Let's go. 4 down. Mike 42, check. Hayward, 42.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Pick it up. Took right. Mike's 42. Good touch.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike's 42. Let's go heavy.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
We got this.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already. On 1st down, Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hands up. Lean. 50. I'm not ready. Hey.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Bullock will put this one through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Check. You don't want it. Mark 59, check. 59. Stop your whining. Check 59.
They'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, alert. 42 on the order. 42 is the mark. Let's go, G. Tighten up.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Bang up.
Wilson to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Cincinnati, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast